Recording.
Hello and welcome to Panels. Imagine if this was the talk, but they talked about comic books. I'm one of your hosts, Chris.
And this is Paul.
And we're here for our third episode number 3. And if you notice, there's no chirping smoke alarm. I killed it. only took us a week, but we finally killed it. Anywho.
Now here's the question though. Do you still hear it even though it's not?
you know, it's one of those things that you get so used to that you tune out until somebody else points it out. And it's like, what are you talking about? And then it's like, oh, is that what that is? I've just tuned it out.
Yeah.
And went back and listened to the first episode and was like, what is that? Where is it coming from? And when we did our draft pick, I thought I killed it, but apparently I didn't. But it's dead now. It's gone.
All right.
Yay. Good always conquers over evil. Speaking of good, our first thought balloon hot topic is DC Fandom, which kicks off today. Which, from my understanding, it's basically a DC only Comic Con.
Yep.
In the Hall of Heroes, and they have a whole bunch of stuff lined up, a whole bunch of celebrity hosts like Aisha Tyler and Viola Davis, Will Arnett that does the Lego Batman voice. Mm-hmm. Lots of people. Matt Reeves, the director of the new Batman movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
They're going to be talking about all the CW, DC shows, comic books, a whole lot of great things.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's awesome that DC is trying to do something to spotlight their characters, spotlight what they do, and also give us fans a break from reality.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm personally not tuning into any of it live, just because I've got a lot of other stuff going on. Obviously, right now we're recording an episode, but I think the majority of the content early on is more the movies and TV shows. Later in the afternoon, I believe, is where some of the more comics related panels are going to be, and those are the ones that I'm really looking forward to. There's one that's a mystery. They haven't revealed any information about it. I was looking last night, and there's a lot of speculation about what that could be. No one really knows yet. So probably this afternoon, I want to say it was like at 3:30 or something like that, 4:30 maybe, that they're going to start that. If I'm able to, I might tune in and catch that because I'm curious what that reveal might be. But I think I hope it turns out well. I think the one thing I think that kind of sets it apart from just like the San Diego Comic-Con's attempt at a virtual convention, the DC Fandome is actually has a lot of actual new content being revealed, whereas Comic-Con, I think the only actual new item they were showcasing was some new footage from the New Mutants movie, and that was about it. And it was, other than that panel, it was pretty much a disaster. So we'll see how it turns out. I think it'll turn out pretty well. Hope there's a good fan response.
Yeah, so if you're available today, make sure that you tune in to the DC Fandom. I believe there's a website that you can go to that they're live streaming. I know I saw somebody on YouTube said they were going to live stream it. So, check out your channels and see if you can. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend either. I have to adult today. I cannot unadult today. So I have to adult. But it'll be there later, and we can cover it in more detail after it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Empire #6 did not come out this week. It'll be out on September 2nd. It is the last chapter of the Empire saga. Paul, are you excited?
I am. I am. It's not at the top of my list, but it's probably top five of the things I'm looking forward to in the coming weeks. Overall, I think I've had some kind of peaks and valleys with Empire. Um, pre-COVID, when it was coming out, I was anticipating it, and then I read the Fantastic Four and Avengers preview issues, and those were just not good. And I was after reading those, I was a little worried. I was like, oh goodness, this is not going to be good, because the Avengers issue, that was just not my cup of tea. The Fantastic Four, it was a really fun issue. It was like a National Lampoon's Vacation movie. It was a lot of fun, laughs, good times, but nothing generating excitement for a big event for me. So I was a little hesitant to pull the trigger and get into the main event series. But after starting on #1, bit of a slow start, but as it's gone on, 1 through 5, I think it's really hit its stride, and it's actually been pretty good. I think one of the main things, if there's anything I don't like about it, I think it's the scope of it. I feel like it should be a very large, grandiose event, because it's involving a lot of groups. It's involving the Kree, the Skrulls, the Katati, the humans on Earth. It's a very large scope, but the feel when I read the main series is it's very small. And if you compare that to one of last year's main events, War of the Realms, that they portrayed that, to me, I felt that was a much larger scale when you just compare the two, and I feel like it should be vice versa. I feel, War of the Realms is mainly stuck to to Earth, even though, you could say the 9 realms, but it's still, a very singular location, whereas Empire, while they're all converging on one location, I feel like it should be a much bigger scale. It should feel like a lot is on the line, and I think that I just don't get that from what's being portrayed in Empire. But overall, really good. I'm pleasantly surprised at how good it's been, and looking forward to its conclusion.
The only thing I'm really, it's on my wish list, want them to do in Empire is, and they're kind of poking the bear a little bit, but bring back the Young Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
We already got Teddy out there. We
Yeah.
got Billy. We need our Young Avengers back.
Yeah. Well, and that's, one of the things too, now that we're nearing the end, I'm wondering what's going to spawn out of it, because you look at, again, to reference back to War of the Realms, you had some significant things that had paved the way for some really good things just with Thor alone.
Right.
So what are they gonna? Who are they gonna give the young Avengers a boost at the end of this, or what'll we see? What'll happen? I think Fantastic Four is gonna have some. I know they have something going on after this, so maybe that's part of it. hopefully not the only thing.
So yeah, eagerly anticipating the drop of the final chapter of Empire, which will be out September 2nd for Marvel Comics. So be sure to check that out. Now we're going to slide right on into our BBB review section,
All right.
where we review some titles that have come out. We are a little bit behind because of shipping, burn shipping. Oh, burn shipping. But we're going to review titles, and we review them like this. We'll review the title, hopefully spoiler free. Of course, by now, if you have not read it, you probably already been spoiled. But hopefully spoiler free, and we're going to rate it as buy it, borrow it, or burn it. So the first one that's coming out the pike is Guardians of the Galaxy #5.
This one's a tough one for me. I think I'm going with borrow it. I liked it, but I'm kind of losing track with where they're going with it. I have some hesitation to get too invested in it with all these cancellations. I just have this feeling that that one's going to be next up on the next news article I pull up. I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy canceled. So I'm gonna leave it as borrow it.
For me, it's a buy because they're focusing on Moondragon, and if a lot of the things they discussed are like deep cuts into that character that goes all the way back to the Defenders when she was in Defenders. So definitely Ewing is a fan of the character because brought back all of that past history, tied it in with new stuff, and forged forward with something completely different. So it's acknowledging what came before, what happened, and now we're moving forward with something new. So it's definitely a buy for me. As far as it continuing, kind of bogged down the momentum a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it should have happened as a subplot, and then once that major plot was resolved, then hit us with that one.
Yeah.
But just due to recognizing the history of the character alone and piecing everything together, it's a buy for me. Doctor Strange #6.
That's.
I know. We're in mourning.
It's depressing that it's canceled. This one's hard for me because this is actually this volume of Doctor Strange is actually the first time I've had it on my pull list, and so I was really liking it, and I liked #6. And as much as I want to say it's a buy it, I gotta bump it down to a borrow it, simply because I feel like they were, if you go back to #5 and where it was picking up in #6, it's clear they had more story they wanted to tell. And I feel like in #6, just the last couple of pages were probably, the originals were probably scrapped. They changed it to just give it a quick ending, which I didn't like. It concluded what they were doing, but I got to downgrade to a borrow it. It had really, really good potential. I was hoping to see it go much farther than 6 issues.
I'm gonna say buy it because you have all the others.
Yeah.
May as well get the last issue because it's over with, unfortunately. I agree. I do believe there was more story to tell. They had more to tell. but due to the nature of the beast, they weren't able to tell it at this point in time. So hopefully we can get a continuation
Yeah,
in the near future, maybe next year.
I think we will because I mean they have a second Doctor Strange movie coming out down the road, so they're gonna want that tie-in material to push. So
Right. So still a buy for me. Strike Force number 9.
burn it, burn it. um,
What exactly happened?
I don't even know. I will admit that after reading with number 9, after reading the first couple of pages, I kind of zoned out, tuned out, just started flipping, and it's done. It's over. I liked the lineup. I liked the team. Uh,
So much potential.
yeah, um, but yeah, unfortunately, at the end of the day, especially right now, they're cutting um, the excess. They're trimming the fat, if you will, and books that aren't profitable are not going to be seeing the light of day for the foreseeable future. Um, so yeah, another case of just they just at least with that one they had concluded the arc they were on, and it didn't seem like there was no just sudden. I mean, it was sudden, but wasn't like they just mid arc just shut it down. So, um, out of all the characters involved, I'd like to see more with Blade. Uh, See him get some spotlight somewhere. So, we'll see.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a burn for me too. Maybe if it was under a stronger writer, because again, going back to potential and I guess wasted opportunity, you have this big event Empire with Teddy. Billy is on Strike Force. That should have been tied closer to Empire,
Yeah,
and a lot of great stories could have came out of it,
right,
but we didn't get that.
right. Well, and it would have been I believe Strike Force actually came out. It was one of the books that kind of spun out of War of the Realms, uh,
Yep.
and they could have easily tied that into Empire. Um, and I don't know. I know there were several of the tie-ins for Empire that were canceled. I don't know if anything along those lines was with Strike Force. I don't think so, but it's done either way.
So going to miss the cast. Going to miss the cast, and unfortunately, I guess that's all we can do is miss the cast.
Yeah.
Immortal Hulk number 36.
Buy it.
Buy
Uh,
it, buy it, buy it.
yeah. I have loved this series every step of the way. It's just it's just great. Nothing but good in that series. I believe they are winding that series down in the near future. I hope it makes it to the 50 issues like they had. I believe they had planned. Um, while I will be sad to see it go, I do believe there is the thing is too much of a good thing, um, and so capping it at 50, I think will leave it as one of the all-time great um, runs of the Hulk. Um, the, uh, the writing, the art, all of the above has just been phenomenal. Um, I I can't get enough of it. I love it. I think out of the more recent series, For me, this one has probably some of the highest reread value. I will definitely be going back and giving this series multiple reads.
I agree. Just an awesome series, an awesome book,
Yeah,
written awesomely, drawn awesomely. Go out and buy it.
yeah,
Treat yourself. That
yes,
it is a treat.
oh yes.
Speaking of treats, X Force number 11.
Buy
Buy
it.
it.
Yeah.
That was the summer blockbuster movie experience I did not get this year
Hmm.
because of the Rona, but it gave it to me. It gave me all those feels. It didn't need to do anything more than what it just did. So if you're missing that summer blockbuster movie atmosphere and action and breakneck pace, X Force 11 is your ticket.
Definitely.
Just awesomeness. Speaking of awesomeness, Marauders number 11.
Buy it.
Buy it and frame it.
Hmm.
Buy multiple copies.
Yep. So I think the well, I don't want to reveal too much for those who haven't read it. You've been missing Kitty in the last couple of issues. You'll get your fix in. I think there's more to come with Kitty or Kate, whatever you want to call her. I mean, she has so many names she's gone by over the years. My
Her name is Kitty.
Yeah, my preference is Kitty, but yeah, one of my favorites. I love seeing um, good uh, good issues with her in it. So if that's what you like, you won't be disappointed.
Yep, definitely a buy. Death Metal number 3.
Buy it and buy it again.
And get
buy
that
one,
poster that's behind you.
buy one for yourself and buy one for your friend. Um, yeah, that is really good. My with spoiler free without revealing anything. If you're a fan of Jaro, um, Batman, the whole Batman Jaro dynamic, you will love it just for that. Jaro is definitely one of my uh, just very uh, clearly a plot device, but has become something a whole lot more than I think they originally intended. I would like to see maybe a one shot with just Batman and Jaro somewhere down the line, a Father's Day special. I think it would be
Indeed.
great.
Again, it gives you all the summer blockbuster movie feels. It's
Mhm.
big, it's imaginative, it's fun. Just go with it.
Yeah,
Why make it out to it be anything else? Just go with it and have some fun. Uh, Justice League Odyssey number 23. And I've been following this series since issue 1. I'm going to rate it as a borrow it simply because you could tell in the beginning of the series that they were really pushing to do something huge and then things changed.
yeah,
So now the story is still serviceable. It's still good, but it don't have the impact it originally started out with, which is one of the big gripes I have with DC right now. They start a series with a clear direction with huge ramifications, Titans,
yeah,
Young Justice, and this series, but they didn't let the events play out, so it kind of lost its direction.
yeah. I'm gonna leave my review as to be determined. I believe it's actually in one of the shipments that came in today, so I have not read it yet. But my guess is I'm probably gonna agree that it's a borrow. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's don't get me wrong, it's a great story. It's really going somewhere. It's just if you have been reading the series all along, you could tell that there was some behind the scenes something going on because it was building up to something really huge, and then it just swerved,
Yeah.
and it's like, wait. So yeah, definitely a borrow. If you know somebody that's buying it and has bought it from the beginning, you just want a good story with these characters, definitely borrow it or go to the library and track it down. Uh, Batman and the Outsiders, number 15.
Before you review yours, again, I think this one's on my shipment today, so I haven't read it yet. But just overall, as the series winds down, um, I like the I like where they've gone with it. It's a good cast of characters in the team, with Batman kind of overseeing. I know the writer wanted to do more with this cast. Hopefully, eventually he will be able to. I'd like to see minus Batman, just the outsiders, if he's ever able to do that. But the status of things with trimming the fat. Who knows if that's going to be a possibility? We'll see. I think they have one more issue. Was this the last one, or did they have one more to go?
It seems like there's one more to go.
Okay. 16. So 16. Yeah, yeah. What did you think?
Just like with Justice League Dark, not Dark Odyssey, it's a it's a borrow. If you're a fan of the characters, buy it. If you want a good story, buy it. If you want a good story and you don't have the funds to put out there for it, borrow it. It's still a great story. The art is fantastic. It's ending. It seems like it's going to end next issue.
Yeah.
If they don't drag it out. So, yeah, it's definitely a borrow. Green Lantern season 2, number 6. For me, it's a buy. It's the first issue that I did not get a headache on.
Yeah, definitely a buy for me. Um, I've loved every issue of season 1, season 2, the Black Stars. Another series I can't get enough of. To me, this is I know some of our friends have also really enjoyed this series. To me, this is if you have people that you're um, if you're an influencer among your circle, this is a good one to push to your friends. I think the people we've recommended it to in our circle have had nothing but good things to say. I think it's a really good kind of. I wouldn't say it's a beginner book, but
It most definitely is not.
it creates interest. It gets them. They come back with questions. Which is something I think it's a really good thing, because if they not only like what you recommend to them, but they come back with questions, you can give them more. They're like, oh, you like Cal Jordan here? Okay, well, let me show you. Let me show you some Guy Gardner. Let me show you some any of the other Green Lanterns, or other books that might be up that alley. So yeah, number 6, definitely a buy.
Yeah, definitely a buy. It's if you want a fantastically wonderful, imaginative sci-fi book to read, this is the book to read.
Yeah.
Prepare to ask yourself after you finish reading an issue, what did I just read? For the last couple of months, it's been like that for me. It's like I loved it. Don't ask me what happened, but I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Just don't ask me to tell you what happened. Um, Empire Captain America number 2.
Um, I'm gonna say it's a borrow it plus. I don't
Ooh,
want
borrow
to.
plus.
yeah, I don't want to give it quite the buy it status because um, I don't think it's quite there. It's very um, for tie-in to Empire. It's definitely not required reading to to see what's going on with the main series Empire, but it has been kind of a throwback to the Howling Commandos, um, with Captain America leading the team, and it's fun. I like it. Do I think it has any potential for a future series? No, absolutely not. But out of earlier, what I was saying about how Empire has not portrayed the grand scope that I would think for a big event like that. If there's any of the tie-in material that does paint a big picture like that, it is the Captain America tie-ins. So at least there's that. So, but yeah, borrow it plus, borrow it plus.
Borrow plus. Well, good. Once it's over, if I borrow it from you. Captain Marvel number 19.
Oh, burn it.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh. Number one, what's going on? I feel like Captain Marvel the last couple of weeks. There's been a Captain Marvel issue it seems like every week. Um, why are they? Is it just part of the whole COVID, timing thing where they had some issues completed and now they're just releasing boom, boom, boom? Or are they trying to give her a big push? Or they're trying to give a big push? It's kind of falling flat for me, but I don't know. um, I think it's the without revealing a whole lot. It's the last couple of issues of Captain Marvel have just been with her becoming the accuser. Uh, really doesn't excite me or anything, but you know. So we'll I don't know. Can definitely be skipped.
good, because I did. And you said that there's been an issue every week. It definitely has been a different volume every week, seems like it. So,
New number one next week. Yeah.
no,
Oh goodness,
I do not. What happened to your poster?
it fell down.
I look down at notes and it's like, wait a minute.
See, nothing but technical difficulties today.
So as we start to wrap up this episode, what are you looking forward to next week
Oh,
if we don't get blown away?
right.
In case you don't know, y'all, we're in Louisiana and we have two tropical storms headed our way. And where we are, we're sandwiched in between both of them. So next week's going to be very exciting and interesting.
think,
And we were already having shipping issues with no tropical storms.
we've got Batman 3 Jokers.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be good. Justice League Dark.
Big one, 25.
Yeah, 25.
Teen Titans Annual 2, Batman Steps In.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
That one's going to be good.
Aliens number 3.
Aliens number 3, yeah. What else? X-Men
Empire
11.
Avengers.
Empire Avengers. X-Men 11.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
if there's some other people in it other than Vulcan,
oh.
sure.
Oh, Uh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 108. Now, um, a friend of mine had been plugging and plugging and plugging the Turtles with this Last Ronin uh, story that is starting with this issue, and I finally took the plunge with 106 and 107, and it's been good. I like it, so I'm really looking forward to 108, seeing where they go with that. Um, the, uh, the writing is good. The art, I'm not really excited about the art. Maybe it's a little different. It's not bad, but I think I'm
Do they
just
look like turtles?
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Um, you know, but the story has been just really good. I'm glad I took the chance on it, and I'm going to keep going through the last Ronin story and see how that goes. Um, Also, a new issue of Spawn. Um, uh, with the big 300th anniversary issue, I started getting back into that. And 300 is a really good jumping in point um, if you're into Spawn, and it's been good ever since. So I'm looking forward to 309.
Awesome sauce. So next week looks like it's going to be a pretty good week. Hopefully, we will not get blown away or have to swim. Hopefully, it's just a bad thunderstorm and we carry on with our normal business. Anything else?
I think we're good for today.
Cool beans. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to what you just heard. We love to hear from you guys. Also, check out our Instagram at CP Panels. Our Instagram is popping. We had some collectibles pop up. We had some unboxing. I'm, I know you said you had a couple of packages coming in. I got a couple of packages coming in. At some point, we're gonna pop them open
Yep. Yep. So
and
tune
let you
in and
know what we got.
yeah. So tune in and check it out. All right. Thanks
So
for
we're
watching,
going to
everybody.
go in adult now. Boo.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Well, until next time, take it easy.